hope my hearing aids work.
We're on.
We're on.
I said we're doing it.
Say something.
Say something. What do you got to say for yourself?
I don't know.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good morning. Dun, 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 dun. It's yeah?
Tomorrow, she leaves for her second year of travels.
Yep.
Isn't that exciting? Oh my gosh. It's
Tomorrow.
so exciting.
It's so hard to believe. And we were just saying, I was just driving over here, and then you said too, I was just thinking that now that it's here, boy, this summer went by fast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, so fast. But look at what's happened in that short a time. I mean, right when I got here, you were moving, and then you went in the hospital.
Settled. Oh yeah, yeah.
And then remember I had to get my brakes fixed, and I went through all that. And
your brakes were a problem. Yeah.
And
Lots of things.
lots of
The
things.
van were a problem.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I got the window fixed. It doesn't leak anymore.
I think, yeah, we had that really wild rain a
Yep.
few weeks ago, and it really tested it. It doesn't leak.
And then remember how hot it was for a while? It was like
Yes.
100 degrees. Oh my goodness.
You've seen it all, honey.
I know I woke up this morning and I was cold, and I'm like thinking, I'd rather have it be cold than too hot.
Yes.
At least I can just snuggle in the blankets and turn on the heater.
And you have all those cozy blankets and that wonderful soft bed.
Mm-hmm.
You love that bed. I know.
Well, like you said, when you say, "Oh, I wish you could stay here," Sandy's like, "Oh, come, you can sleep in, in the bed." And it's like it's punishment to sleep out in the van. It's the best sleep that I get.
She loves her bed in the van.
I love my van.
Of course, she loves everything about it.
Right now, I do. So yeah. So as long as I still love it,
That's
keep doing it. Mm-hmm.
You'll always love it. I
Yeah.
think.
But again, I think next.
And what you don't love, you'll change.
Yeah. And next year, I'm hoping, I would love to find just a little piece of land. Tina, we were talking about that because, Tina wants to build. And she said just something small. And
I thought she wanted something big.
I said we should buy 2 acres of land and build next to each other.
Wouldn't that be great?
Mine will come from Amazon. They'll just drop off the box in my yard, and I'll put my little house together through Amazon.
Ever since I heard that idea, it's been going around for like a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you heard that people actually did it. And I just, for you, it would be perfect. I mean, it would. For some people, it would be perfect. Not everybody.
No, not everybody. No.
But you could have, the idea is you have land, and then you have your cute little house,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can plant flowers or vegetables
Yeah.
or have a dog or whatever. No dog.
I'd love to have a dog. Listen, I see dogs.
They are a
like
lot of work.
But you can't just pick up and leave.
No, you can't neglect them at all.
And so,
And when you're on the road, you couldn't take care
no,
of the
that's
dog.
what I'm saying. Well, I mean, people do have them, but it would limit. Listen, I want to do adventures, and
Well, when you retire, then, and stop.
not in my vocabulary.
Okay, cross that off.
Uh,
I mean, she loves animals.
but I do have exciting news. I was telling you, and I didn't even look at it until later. I sent it to somebody, and they're like, so this woman reached out to me, and I believe it's called Travel Awaits, that lady, and it's a website, and I'll put it down below what it is. And she sent me a message saying that, and it's just for over 50 people over 50 traveling, whatever.
Those are the ones who are traveling.
And they now specifically have ones for like solo travelers. It's like a blog. And so she wanted to know if she could send me these questions if I would want to, be highlighted there. And they've just started it. And they get over 8 million views a month.
Oh, now that would be great.
So, and at first I didn't respond to her because I just kind of perused it. And listen, I get so many like sponsorships and stuff reaching out, and it's always, just like for something, whatever. And I mean, not that I'm flippant about it, I'm grateful, but you know, it's just like, oh, just another thing. And then I went back and read it, and I'm like, oh, and I like.
But
again,
there's a need for this, I think.
yeah, and it was fun. It took me like over an hour to answer the questions, but it made me really think. And so, and then I had to put pictures, and so that'll be coming up. So she'll send me a link when that's out, and then I'll send everybody else the link so that they can read about it.
That would be great.
And,
but you know, that's going to get to be the thing, I think.
And so, like I said, the Tennessee people never got back to me yet. The ones that asked me to come do a review of, it's called Camp Margaritaville in Tennessee. So we'll see if they respond. But at least it's moving in the right direction, because that's what I want to do. I want to like review places.
Yeah.
I want to travel. And that's what I'm going to be doing on my blog anyway, but then hopefully people will want me to come to their place, and then I can review it to show other people and write a blog about it and do a video about it. Yeah.
I think there's a need. Like the chicken people. I mean, they were so funny.
Oh,
they could probably do a
show
themselves. But the thing is, now look at how many more people know about sleeping with the chickens.
Sleeping with the chickens. That's what I mean, and that's what I look for. Ooh, I got some good ones coming up. I already have been looking at fun places.
She tells me.
Well, I told you one of them. Yeah, I guess I told you.
My lips. Throw away the key.
Throw away the key.
Yeah.
Well, then you wouldn't be able to talk. You'd have to talk like... yeah, so it'll be interesting. And this time, you know, I know like what's ahead of me. I mean, I don't know what's ahead of me, but I already got the just down of how to do it.
Yeah.
And so,
and dumping, you got that.
And dumping, I dumped today.
Good.
I dumped today. And I've been so busy. Oh my gosh. And I had some people reach out to me that I just know like vaguely, and they're like, oh, I wanted to take you to lunch before you left. Could you go Thursday? Oh, I'm just leaving till like April. And yeah, like I mean, and like I said, nice, but I'm like, I got a little bit to do. And I sent out my newsletter today. So if you want to get the blog where I write about my experiences, and that's kind of more personal, and I write how I think, which is a good thing or bad thing.
Yeah.
But it just like is more my feelings about stuff.
Yeah, I read it. It's really interesting.
So so they'll be both then, the blog. And if you go, it would be great if you subscribe, and then you just get it. And so I'm going to plan on writing a blog once a week. So you'll get a newsletter, and then it just kind of gives like an update, tidbits. Oh, and I started, I've been working on my website too. I've been a busy bee.
Oh, I don't see her at all.
And
hardly.
I'm doing coaching, and so that's on the website, and that'll be down below too. So yeah, so it's whew, I know.
Jack of all trades.
Well,
Not quite,
but yeah,
almost.
almost.
Yeah.
What do you want? Some eyebrows? What do you want? Some legal advice? What do you want? What else could I do?
Yeah.
like
It's going to be
coaching.
exciting, I know, for you.
It is. And I just added Sandy and Tina and Jesse again tonight because they follow me. So sometimes when you guys go out to eat, don't they pull out their phone and they're like, oh, Tracey's in like some random place.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they can see me, like when I'm driving, they can see me moving, like where I'm driving.
It's good to have some people watching you.
And now they have, so this is a good thing if you're a traveler or if you plan on traveling. It's called Life 360, and I used it last year, but they added something too now where if you feel like you're in trouble, you can push on a button, you can open the app and hold the button,
It's an app.
and it alerts your group that you feel like you're in trouble. And if you don't put in a code within 10 seconds, it'll notify them, and then it gives the location and everything.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good.
and that's free. So and
Do you belong to that now?
yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so that's like really nice, and like I said, it's an app and it's free. It's called Life 360. I believe that's what it's called.
Everybody in Van should have that.
Well, and so on my website, I also signed up for a membership thing that I can do. So I plan on doing videos because, everybody asks me all these questions. So it's down the road a little bit, but I'm going to ask anybody to like ask me questions. So I know I cover everything, but I'm going to cover van life from way before van life even starts. Like if it's just a thought in your mind to like how, like how I did it. And some guy said, I was watching TikTok the other day. I'm on TikTok too. Boy, I'm out. Social media is like a job in itself, just trying to keep up.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Although TikTok's fun, but there's a guy that lives in his van, and some lady said, "Oh, do you have an update on van life?" And he said, "Van life is just expensive homelessness."
And that might be a description. It certainly still costs money, just like living in a house does.
I mean, it is. Remember last year, I thought, I'd saved money for this, and I thought it would only be like $1,000 a month. And I'm frugal.
She is.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Remember that?
Yes.
I'm back on them. But and it ended up costing more like $2,000 a month. And I wasn't doing anything, and I was staying at free places. Not like I was paying to stay like at parks and stuff like that. And then I stayed with Donna, gas alone, and and like any adventures I did, and it was sad because I would have wanted to do more, but a lot of times it's expensive to do stuff.
Yeah.
But this year I'm going for broke. I'm like, you know what? I don't know.
All or nothing. Yeah.
I'm going all in. I said balls to the walls.
Well, I've never heard that expression.
Oh, you haven't?
It probably describes it perfectly. No, I haven't heard that. That's different.
Really? I'm going
Yeah.
balls to the walls?
Picture it, yeah. The thing is, you're really learning the best way there is to learn by just jumping in and doing it, I guess. Yeah.
And I think it's given me the difference between last year leaving and this year leaving. But last year I was so busy trying to sell everything, and I did that all by myself. I cleared up.
She's a by herself gal. Yeah.
It feels like I haven't really sat down since 1982. But but this time, and I just feel like this confidence that when things come up, you just don't get ruffled, and you just have to face them and deal with them head on. And I even have a idea for a business that I want to start looking into. I told you about it, but I'm serious about it. So anyway, and it would help people a lot. It's something that would really help people, and it's something that I've had to deal with. So,
well, I know whatever you decide to do will help people. Yes.
That's it. That's the plan.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. Yep. That's the plan, Stan.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about me leaving?
Do I have a choice? No, I listen, you just did this a year ago. I want you to do what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're happy, then I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes.
Right.
That's the way it is with all my kids, I think. If they want to be or do what they're doing, then they should do it. Yeah.
Right. Life is short. And that's the thing, you get some of these parents that want their kids just to stay by them or, stay in the vicinity. When Jessie left, I wanted her to leave because I wanted her to experience what's out there.
Kids aren't staying. I think ours was the last generation, your dad and me, that that stay close to mom and dad and brothers and sisters and friends. You know, all of my grandchildren, my grown grandchildren, have moved to other states.
No, they haven't.
Almost all of them have.
Who? No.
Chad.
And Anna. But
And
the rest of them.
Anna, and
Who?
Rick. Well, he's not a grandchild, but he's a nephew. There are a lot of them have moved
Who's
to
Rick?
other. Huh?
Who's Rick?
Rick.
don't know.
Al's best friend, his cousin Rick. You remember Rick Tischler?
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah.
I don't know
they
him that
work
well.
together. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just seems, and like my Frank's daughter, Lisa,
She moved to Prague. Yeah, her daughter.
her daughter moved to Prague when she
Mhm.
graduated from college.
And she didn't know a soul, and she went there.
And she's been there for like 6-7 years, and she loves it there.
Mm-hmm.
She only comes back here to visit. Imagine having your daughter move to Prague. And she has 2 daughters. One daughter did stay here in the States.
But I mean, but you can still visit. Now there's FaceTime and stuff. I just think that, you know, like for Jessie, it's her life.
And that's the
raised
way
her
I feel.
right. You
Yeah.
know, like I want
Yeah.
her to live the life she wants to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying, it just wasn't
Right.
kids-
Normal. Yeah.
It wasn't easy and normal to just
Well,
move.
people
you
got-
stayed where your family was. It
People
was
got
just-
married when they were
Yeah.
19
I mean,
and 22.
times are
right?
different. Who knows what it's going to be like in another 10 years? My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. So
I mean, the world is your oyster.
it's my
I say.
oyster.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, you had a sticker on there. I took it off for you though.
Thank you.
Who's
Am I
gonna
I'm
take care of you when I'm gone?
I don't
yeah.
know. Who's going to remove the stickers?
Right, exactly.
That reminds me of the year when I was watching Jessie, and I lived at Sandy's, and she has a lot of trees and bushes, and you know those sticker things that are on everything?
Mm-hmm.
We went to look for something that she had lost, and we went out, and when we got back, I had to throw our pants away and our socks. There were so many stickers, and you couldn't get them off. I mean, all
Oh,
of
those
them.
little burrs.
These birds,
Oh.
yes.
Look who's here. Look who's come to
Oh,
visit.
yeah.
Livy.
She won't, if we
Oh,
ignore her.
And I have to. So tomorrow when I'm on the road, I wrote down all the names from the mice.
Oh, yeah.
And I just have to pick them. I should have brought it up. I didn't bring my thing up with all. So I have to write them down on little pieces of paper and then I fold them up.
They really are cute.
But when I'm on the road tomorrow, I will do that. But then I won't be able to mail them till I get to a place where there's a post office. But it will be done. Can you keep them entertained while I go put my wash in the dryer?
Yours is the only video that stops for things like this.
It's all real life.
She came with, I've been doing her wash, you know, today and yesterday because she wants everything done. And it's no problem. I just put them in the automatic washer and the automatic dryer and fold them. It's easy to do. But when she came tonight, she had an armful of clothes. It's the last of the dirty clothes from today. And she wants them to get done before she leaves, before she leaves my house tonight. And so.
And I plugged in my battery too.
And then she'll have everything. Were they dry? Did you put them in the dryer?
Yep.
See, they'll be dry by the time we're done.
I'm a multitasker. It's like, okay, gotta dry
Yes,
that, and then the
yes,
battery's plugged in, and that's at 91%. So
Yeah.
doing good. And then I'm gonna.
So anyway.
I got a bag, a new shower bag. I went and found a. And then when I get to Walgreens, I'm gonna park in Walgreens, and they're open till midnight, and I need to get some manila folders because I have to start preparing my taxes for next year. You know, I put them in manila. I have all these receipts in just like this big accordion thing, and I'm usually so organized. I have all my stuff in just manila folders, and I go to my account and I just like, okay, this is for this, this is for this. It takes literally 30 minutes, and I feel so discombobulated. But listen, I don't know, how do you file taxes when you haven't even had your taxes go through from this year.
I know.
So we'll see what
Well,
happens. But
let's hope you eventually get your money.
oh, I'll get my money at some point. But like I said, it'll show up exactly when I need it.
Uncle Sam is honest.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, you always get your taxes even if they're late, right?
Someone was telling me that they were dealing with
I
like
know it
helping
takes
their
it.
dad or something, and it took like 3.5 years to
Oh,
get.
well, that's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I said when you owe them, they charge you interest and they're all over you. But when they owe you, they're like, yeah, you'll get it when you get it.
Well, they are the ones that have the
Power.
money to pay somebody to do that.
Yeah.
You got to pay somebody to do that.
To do what?
A lawyer to help you if you're having trouble with the government with your taxes.
Well, good thing I know good lawyers. Although mine, like it's not like I'm in trouble or anything.
No, I know that.
I mean, the taxes are right. They're just waiting to get Jesse's amended. They're so far behind on amending taxes. And mine won't go through until her say she isn't claiming herself.
Well, tell her this year not to claim herself.
Yeah, I think she learned.
Until she graduates from college, and then she can do that. Yeah.
Or no, I'm gonna look them over. Actually, no.
That's an idea. Yeah.
Actually, this
That's
is the last year I can claim
Yes.
her because now
Yes.
she'll be
She'll
graduating.
be a senior. Yeah.
She is a senior.
She is a senior.
Yeah.
Yes. And she'll graduate in June.
And she called me the other day. She took you have to take like a teacher's test, something.
Yeah.
And she got the highest score.
I am not surprised.
That's what I told her.
I am not surprised.
Sorry, a little mom brag. I said, of course you did.
Well,
And she doesn't brag like that. She was just like, I go, oh, you're still a little
she
nerd.
loves to study. I
She's
watched
like
her
Rachel.
from the time. Yes,
Mhm.
and Rachel's a doctor now.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched her for a long time when she was little. And I
Mhm.
mean, during the day and stuff. And she was always doing something, reading, writing. And she said to me one day, she said, "Grandma, I'm a nerd." I said,
is.
"Well, nothing wrong with being a nerd."
That's exactly what I said to her. I go, you're still a nerd. Even though
Yeah,
she's like captain
yeah.
of the rowing team, I
And
said, you're still a
then,
nerd.
When she graduated, I can brag a little.
Yeah.
When she graduated from high school, summa
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude. I didn't even know there was a summa cum laude. I thought there
Yeah.
was a cum laude.
Yeah.
But anyway, she loves to study and she loves studying. I mean, she loves school.
I
She
love
loves-
sports.
She loves learning, I should say.
You know what? I love sports in high school like that. I mean, I still got A, B's, and C's. But then when I was in college, I didn't play sports anymore. And then I like to stay. I like everything organized. I like to challenge myself. That's why I've done so many certifications,
Yeah.
because I like that challenge. I like to take tests, and
I know. I'm not one that likes to take tests. No.
yeah. And I think
No.
that's why I like van life, because it is so challenging. There's a lady on TikTok. I'm learning so much from TikTok, and she started doing van life. And she said, and now you see, I did one pretty much right when I left last year, and I said they're lying to you, because on YouTube, Mom, like they show it like they're wake up in the morning and they're always in this beautiful place and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that, and that's what I thought mine would end up being. But that's like making a movie. Like you have to set things up like that. And she ended up, she's homeless now.
Oh my goodness.
But she said she's now, did she get a job? She's staying at a shelter, and
But she works. She's homeless.
she's
but she
saving
works.
money to get an apartment. I think something happened to her van,
Oh.
and so she's like,
that would do it.
because van life is not glamorous. It's not, and that's what I wrote in my
No.
blog. That's
Yeah.
what I wrote in my blog.
Yeah.
Like most days, like what you see on YouTube, that's like setting the scene up. But for, I mean, I don't, but like, the beautiful parts when they show them just sitting there doing stuff. But most days are just sitting in the van driving you know, listening to
But
a
you
podcast.
love it. But you love it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I guess owning a big house is a lot of work, but you love it. I mean, you know, if that's what you want,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I think for me, it's the getting to the destination.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't love the driving. That's not my favorite part.
No.
But, you know, I'm going to go see Jessie, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go see Donna. And then there's a couple places that I'm stopping along the way. So those should be fun and interesting.
But that goes with, well, you only drive during the day. You don't drive at
No.
night, right? Yeah. So
And that's the hard part.
it's
That's
nice you have that option. That option. to
That's
do
why I'm
that.
leaving early tomorrow, because now it's starting to get
Yeah.
dark so early.
Yeah.
And the snow is starting to fly. It's supposed to snow here next week. So, and I'm leaving early compared to when I left last time.
Yeah.
And my birthday's next,
I know.
I think it's next Wednesday, the 26th.
It's on. I've got it marked on my calendar so I don't forget.
Don't forget, we're gonna have a party.
How can I forget?
Maybe
I
I'll
was
do
there.
maybe I'll do a live that night. I don't even know where I'll be then, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
Get
see where I am
balloons,
at my
yeah.
57th birthday.
We'll raise a glass.
Yeah, all by myself in my van. Cheers! I'll cheers myself.
Yeah. She's a good. She's a jolly good fellow.
I'll have 2 glasses and I'll cheer myself.
Have a party all by yourself.
I do in the van.
Yeah.
I dance in the van.
I know. I know. Well,
Maybe.
I dance in my apartment.
Oh, really?
I have a sign on my kitchen. It says, "This kitchen is for dancing."
Oh, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it. Oh, well, now I'll have to dance when I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can. You can. It's small, but you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and then we heard Carrington's back in the hospital.
Oh, yes. I don't remember. Was he sick when we did it last week? I think I said.
Yeah, he was sick. Because somebody had asked about him
Oh,
recently.
yeah. He was doing, 2 weeks ago I talk to him every week.
Mhm.
Either he calls me or I call him.
Mhm.
And I called and he said, oh, he's feeling good. Well, he has all those problems, but he's breathing and, everything's working.
Eating and, yeah.
and he's eating well and doing his own cooking and watching opera. He writes and loves music and all that. So he was enjoying himself. And then last week, the middle of the week, we
Yeah.
got a call saying he was in the hospital
Yeah, with COVID.
with COVID. Well,
Yeah.
he's had his shots.
And like we said, we don't know how he got it. He doesn't leave.
He never, it's
Fred
a mystery.
goes to get his stuff. You know.
And then I talked to him 2 nights ago.
He's in the hospital, yeah.
And he was in the hospital, and he had an eye infection.
Sandy said that he has herpes simplex infection in his eyes.
What kind of an infection?
Herpes, it's like, how you get a cold sore? It's like you have.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
When you get that great big sore,
Yeah.
you get a sore in your eye.
I don't
then?
know how it works, but I'm sure it's not fun. And so,
I've never heard of that.
and he must have got that at the hospital because he's been in the hospital for over a week. So they're giving him antibiotics, and it's too late. I guess if you have COVID, if you get to it within a certain time, they can give you the drug to make it less worse.
But now they can't because it's been too long.
Yeah, he came in and he had it too long, so he just has to ride it out now.
Well, the mystery is he doesn't go anywhere. Where could he get COVID? And he's had his shots. And anyway, that's the big mystery. And they sent, when I talked to him the other night, it was about 8 o'clock, but he said they were transferring him that night to another hospital, and I've forgotten the name of it, so they could treat his eye. I guess
Wow.
they didn't. I don't know.
Well, you
why.
wouldn't think that it's that big of a deal. Like you're in a hospital that you just give him. I mean, they put him on antibiotics. Sandy said, but he's not answering the phone. Sandy only found out through Fred, and Fred found out through the nurses. Like he wasn't even picking up the phone for Fred, so he must be. And you said too. I mean, we were talking that he said that he's ready to go.
Oh yeah, when you're in your 90s, you're ready. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise, really, would it?
Well, and I think probably when your health deteriorates to the point where you can't do much.
Oh, yes. And if you're ill or, you
Yeah.
know, incapacitated.
Well, and look at,
yeah.
he was on death's door when I was headed home last time. Remember, I didn't even know if I'd get back in time.
And then he had a pacemaker, and he's like new.
Yeah.
Almost. Oh, I mean, he still walks slow, and you know,
Yeah.
he does it.
Yeah.
But he's feeling. He's
I mean, all of his
feeling-
organs were shutting down. They told you to come see him, remember?
Yeah.
So-
Anyway, that's Carrington, and we'll see how he does this week.
Yeah. And it was just Al's birthday on Sunday, and then his death day on Tuesday. So his birthday was on the 15th. He would have been 64, and then
Oh yeah, October's a month.
died on the
a lot
17th.
a lot of birthdays,
yeah.
and
Oh, it was your and Dad's
what?
64th wedding anniversary?
Oh yeah, we were married on October 9th.
Did we talk about this last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we did. And
And
his birthday was October 10th.
So he would have been 94?
He was 1 year older than I, so he would be 94. Yeah, today or yeah, the 15th.
Oh, and it would have been.
The
But
10th.
it would have
10th.
been 74 years you were married, right? Because it's 20 years. You were 20 when he was 20.
Yeah.
So it would have been 74 years that you were married? Because 84, 94, that's 20 years.
Well, I
Yeah.
always said it was 60 years, so I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
didn't
he
figure
passed
it out
away
right.
when it was almost 60 years.
Yes.
But,
Oh, you mean we would have been married?
so he died
Yeah.
like 15 years ago.
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah.
you would have been married 74 years.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, that would have been something, huh?
I can't even handle a date for 74 minutes, let alone being married to somebody.
Yes. Well,
Not that I date, but
it's all relative. Would you say that? I don't know.
yeah.
It's all relative.
74 years, that's a long
Depends
time.
on how you feel, and
Yeah, how healthy you,
you
are.
can
yeah.
feel old when you're 70. You know, if you don't feel good. And
Well, that's what I said. That's why I'm doing this now, because as long as I can still like climb mountains and do stuff like that,
Yeah,
may as well do it now.
you're strong. She's a strong woman. Yes. Yeah. So, well, I didn't hear us laughing much today.
Well, we're just chatting.
We're just chatting and nothing about nothing funny.
There's nothing funny going on
I'm
tonight.
trying to. I'm not good at jokes, guys.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
no
really
more
bad.
knock jokes, please.
Ah,
No
who
more
was it?
jokes.
Wasn't that Rita that came up with the knock knock joke?
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good. Yeah.
I think it was.
But you know, it's a little somber because I'm leaving tomorrow. So
Yeah, and this is our last.
and we brought Pam out on Monday.
Oh yes, we did that.
We went. She got her whiskey burger and
And
her.
a drink. What kind
Yep.
of a drink did she order?
She gets what is it?
Do you remember?
Something amaretto, brandy amaretto.
Oh, I like amaretto. The
Yeah,
taste of it.
and she has
yeah.
brandy amaretto.
Yes.
So that's what she has. But she only had one this time. When she has two, then we're in trouble.
Only once she had two, and we had to pour her into her bed.
And it's hard enough to get her up to put her in the car when she was drunk that one.
No.
And then she started crying in the restaurant. We went to Rudy's Red Eye, and that's a nice restaurant. We bought her for her birthday.
I know. It
It
was
was-
her birthday. That was right. It was. We said okay, 2 drinks. You know, I mean, you know, she's in a wheelchair, and one leg doesn't work very good. So if she would get too limped, it would be awfully hard to get her in the car. So he said, you know,
That was
I mean,
right,
otherwise, if
yep.
she were home, she could have had as many as she wanted.
And then
I
she
guess.
started like reminiscing, and when you were in the bathroom, then she started crying, and she had food in her mouth. Pam, you know me, I use humor kind of too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she just had a couple. She never drinks very often, so
She had a good time.
yeah, she did. Then we started laughing.
Yes.
I always like do a dance or something, and
Yes. She's
but yeah, so we
she's
went out.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we went out Monday, so that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she enjoys going out though. Yeah. It's like that to eat. She likes it.
But now she won't get out until I come back.
No, well, we still go visit her. Yeah.
I don't know if after the other day she'll want Sandy coming over.
I don't know. Anyway, but the thing is, Sandy, her knees,
Yeah.
and that's why we can't take her out, because Sandy, we used to until Sandy got this problem with her knees. She is going to have them operated on next winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After they move. I think they're going to be moving. And they're very painful.
Yeah.
And Pam is heavy, and she have to kind of lift her out of her chair and get her into the car. Well, Sandy can't do that anymore because of her knees, and Pam understands, you know. So after Tracey goes back, we won't have anyone to lift her.
I don't think Pam would
But
want.
we bring her whiskey burgers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that works out.
Yeah,
you know,
she
there's
gets
always
stuff.
another way.
Yep, she gets stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, we go see her and stuff. Yeah. So.
Yep, and you're all good with your blood and everything, so I feel good about that you're set with that.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
So it's like
anyway.
everything went like, you know, this when I was here, and now it's kind of like, oh, okay, everything kind of wrapped itself up in a bow at the end here.
We had a bad spring, I think, but everything's fine now except for Carrington. We have to get him well.
Yeah.
Have to get him well.
It worked last time when I told people to send some good thoughts his way, so who knows?
Yeah.
Remember, he miraculously recovered. You're like, his organs are shutting down. They told us to come see him and say goodbye, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's fine now.
Well, that happens a lot of times to people, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to think of something humorous, but I can't.
It's funny, you always, I think people, you know, they like to just, they said, start their morning. Well, and here's the thing. So it's the last show when you said, because, you know, you call it a show, or people call it a show like it's, you know.
Well, I don't know what to call it.
The Joy and Tracy show. But I was thinking, when you said, oh, we'll be taking a break, it's the end of the season. And I thought, well, that's how you think about it. You know how a show like Grace and Frankie, or Frankie and Grace, whatever, you know, ooh, then there's a cliffhanger. Now you got to wait until, you know, next spring for the new season to start.
Well,
Everybody's going to miss you. I know that.
well, I'm going to miss them. Oh, my goodness.
But you're in the
so nice and so
You're in the
sweet
comments.
and-
She reads the comments. So if you leave a comment for Joy, you'll read it.
Oh.
You know, on the videos, on my videos.
I don't know how to the reason I've never answered any comments is I don't know how.
She has
I tried once, and then I just lost everything.
Yeah, so because
You'll
you
have
have
to show me.
well, you have to have it so big. I think sometimes it's hard, but if you write something to her, she'll read it.
Oh, I'll read it. Yes.
So
Oh, you mean on one of your videos that you do when you're
when I'm
away.
gone, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can still keep in contact with Joy and write her
Yes,
messages
and
in
I
my
don't
videos.
know how to write on them.
No, but she reads all the comments, so you can leave them there.
Yes.
And
yeah.
and like I said, so if you sign up for the newsletter, if you go to the website, it's www.advanturesover50.com. Then every week I write a new blog, and then I send out a newsletter with the blog, and then just a couple more updated things.
Yeah.
So you can keep track of me that way.
And she'll accomplish a lot this winter.
Yeah,
And then
well, we'll see.
Who knows what?
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing Donna.
Oh yeah, I think
Getting-
everybody's looking forward to seeing Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna.
Donna's lost a lot of weight. Donna's. Yeah.
And she has a van now too.
No, she didn't buy it.
Oh, she didn't. How come?
Because the interest rate was so high,
Oh.
and then by the time, so she was going to buy it, and then
Well,
it
maybe
was like,
maybe the interest rate will go down.
yeah.
I mean, oh, it usually does eventually. Yeah.
Well, and it was a brand new one, so,
Yeah.
you know, to put money into a brand new one, I don't know. And, you know, if you're not, like, using it all the time,
You know, that is kind of, well, you know, some people, well, like I mean, years ago, some of our neighbors bought new car every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that was but the thing is, I mean, we never did, because your dad never thought that was a good
It
idea.
is. I mean, I don't think so
But
either.
we would buy a car a couple years old,
Yeah.
you know, rather than buy a new car every 2 years. But it all depends on the person, and some people think that's, well, then you always have a new car.
But then you
That's-
always have a car payment.
But, and that, well, that's the thing, yeah.
I'm so frugal. I don't want a car. I'm like
Yeah.
Dad. I don't want no car payment.
She
yeah.
took after her dad. She got all of his wonderful qualities, yes. Aren't you lucky?
Aren't I lucky? Yeah.
And she taught her daughter all of those same qualities.
Yeah. Jesse's frugal
Important.
too. Yeah.
How to handle money.
But then she wants me to pay for everything. Like, but I'm frugal.
She'll get over that
Yeah.
after she's, you know, like, she'll be graduating now.
And then she's coming back to Minnesota to live. They said, so she's in Seattle, Tacoma, and they canceled rowing this morning. I was just telling my mom
Yeah.
that because the air quality was so bad. Like there's an index, I'm not
Isn't
sure how
that
it is, like
something?
150 is bad.
In
It was
Seattle.
almost 200. And so they can't, and they even canceled, so she's a teacher, she does her student teaching, and they even said not to send them out for recess in the afternoon because the air quality was so bad.
I didn't think that happened anymore in the United States, where
So-
they did that.
I said, well, the air quality is good here, so, yeah, so
Yeah.
now that she has everything set, like I said, she has my car, that's her car now, I transferred title, and she's gonna come home and,
So she'll be
you know,
home.
live with their dad, they're gonna live in his basement, and,
Oh, he has a nice basement.
Yeah, he has $1 million home. Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah.
basement. And save money, and then hopefully, you know, buy something themselves. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they're excited because they have a plan. And then her friends, Dave and Lindsay, it's her best friend Maddie's mom and dad. They're in the district. They're teachers, and so they have an in. But then Jessie worked at the school. She worked with the special needs kids, and they said if you ever come
Oh.
back, you always have a job here.
Well, that's good to know.
And Dave said, Jessie has, he goes, she wouldn't even need us. Jessie has a good reputation here.
Yeah.
So she could teach at the same school she went to, probably.
Wouldn't that be something?
Which is a good school. Yeah.
It is a good school.
So, yeah, so things look really good for her. And then I'll have to go move in with her. Then.
Yes, you will. Yes. How would
So.
that be?
How would that be? Yep.
And,
I'm home.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to miss you guys.
Yeah.
But there's always next summer.
Always next season. Yep.
Always next season. Yeah, I do call it a season, don't I? It's almost true.
It'll be season 2, even though,
Only
yeah.
season 2.
Season 2
Yeah.
for Joy and Tracey. Yeah.
And but you really started it quite a while ago. I would look much younger in the first videos than I do now.
Me too. We both. Yeah. Well, that was
when
just
was that?
that was just a fluke because remember I put it on
I
my other
know.
channel, or I put it on this channel
Yeah.
because I just said, oh, let's sit down and
my
have
hair was longer
and have some
yeah.
wine and ask
Yeah.
you how you felt about me taking off on the van life because I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, you know,
And then
something
everybody,
you wanted to do,
and then everybody said, more joy. We
but
want more
not
joy.
until you really started.
Well, because then I put up
doing
the
the
other
video.
2 that I had on the other channel. I'm like, well, here's some more of her. And then when I came back, it's like, well, they wanted to see you, and then it just became a thing.
It just happened, but that's what I mean. You took those first 3
Yeah.
quite a few years ago.
Well, and
Yeah.
and you became a YouTube star at 92.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh yeah.
No.
Now we're selling your paintings and your books. I got to figure out the book when I'm on the road too. So I got a lot
I
to
don't
figure
mind
out.
sharing those. Those are
Yeah.
important. They're important. Well, to some people they're important. To me, they're important.
Well, what do you want to say for your final?
I'll see you next time.
See
How's
you
that?
next time.
How's that? How creative is that?
Yep. And what do we say?
And
Go
miss
out and make
have
an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You don't have to sell everything and move into a van. Why?
Because you did.
I did that. You can do that.
Yes.
It's fun. And go call someone you love. And as Joy says,
Tell them you love them.
tell them you love them.
Yes, important.
And don't you dare forget.
Don't forget
Don't forget
your magic.
your magic. Don't forget your magic. So, we'll see you together next year.
Next year.
Next
How
year.
about that? It will be next year. won't it?
2023, yeah.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Tracey.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.